दिन मैं राहुल को बहुत क्लोजली जानता हूं, मेरे भाई जैसे हैं। और चाहे मैं स्पोर्ट्स के द्वारा या किसी भी चीज़ जो भी हम सोचते हैं पूरे मन लगन से करते हैं। तो मुझे पता है कि अगर वो एलओपी होंगे, लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन होंगे, मेरे ख्याल से तो अच्छा ही होगा और इंडिया गठबंधन भी उन्हीं को चुनेगी, क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा है कि वो हर चीज़, चाहे वो देश के हित में बोलेंगे, जो बीजेपी छुपाना चाहेंगी वो ज़रूर उसको उभारेंगे, उसको लोगों की बात बुलंद करेंगे। जो भी बिल पास होंगे वो भी देश के लोगों के लिए होंगे, किसानों के लिए होंगे, और हर चीज़ वो ज़रूर बीजेपी को एक टक्कर देगी जो ज़रूरत है एक स्ट्रांग डेमोक्रेसी और ऑपोजिशन लीडर के लिए। तो मैं चाहता हूं कि मेरी चाहत होगी कि अगर वो लीडर ऑपोजिशन बनेंगे तो पार्लियामेंट बहुत अच्छा चलेगा, लोगों के हित में बात होगी और लोगों की बात बुलंद होगी।
How do you look at the response given by BJP on the emotional letter written by Mr. Rahul?
See, the BJP person from Kerala, I've learned that he lost his election. He lost his zamanat also, as you know, and the people of Kerala has given a mandate in favor of Rahul. And when Rahul has spent time, worked with them in Wayanad, and he got a lot of love from them, and so did he have a lot of plans and love for them and a lot of plans for them. I feel that there could be no better person than Priyanka who should fight from Wayanad. And obviously this is still a time we're going to have to prepare and fight an election. But having said that, if she does win, I feel that all the plans that Rahul had and all the thought process he has, for Wayanad, the people of Wayanad, Priyanka will complete it. And I think definitely, as per the mandate of the people, we will not even consider what the BJP person from Kerala has to say. And Rahul has written an emotional letter that's very meaningful for the people of Wayanad, and I respect that. Yes, I think, see, Priyanka, I've always maintained that whenever somebody asks me when will you join politics, I always maintain that I've wanted Priyanka to see Priyanka in the parliament. I think she's worked very hard for years together. She's learned a lot from her dadi, her mother, and her father as well. And I think, it shouldn't be limited to only doing campaigns and, doing other works. She should be in parliament and she should voice the voice of the women and people of the country. And she'll do a very good job by being there. And people of Wayanad will be very happy to make sure she wins with a very high majority. So I'm very happy for her.
Since this first, the NEET PG, which got postponed, NET was cancelled, and then it will happen after some time. Lots of aspirations are there for students, but now with this cancellation, what are your thoughts? How it should be?
See, I've been meeting a lot of people, the youth in the country, because of my charity and because I go to all the wrestling matches and various other places all over India. I'm invited for that. And also through my spiritual tours, I meet a lot of people who are hoping and praying for good results in all the exams that they give. So, I mean, I meet them, I understand their plight, and also when in this general election, it was highlighted that unemployment was at peak in the country, and the government, BJP, had not done anything for the youth or overcoming the unemployment issue. And, with them working, all the youth that work so hard so that they can get a job if they get good results, and they can get a job and they can actually earn for their families and their parents and so on, for medical reasons and many other reasons, that when they give their exams and next day the exam is cancelled because they get to know the paper was leaked, because you have 67 toppers in NEET, and you have, then when I speculated on this and I tried to find out things on this, I was told that basically 30 lakhs was given to the people who leaked the papers and various other things like that. So these are all things that I was informed about. And I think that, when you cancel a paper, imagine the thought of the person who's actually studied so hard and he's given the paper and he's going to be able to come out with good results, and then he can get a job and move along with his life. And what happens is that if he keeps giving his paper again and again, he'll come to an age where he cannot get a job of a certain category because of his over age. And we already see in the forces how because of the BJP's new, the plan was that they could be there for 4 years and after that they retire. So people were looking for jobs everywhere and they worked hard for it. And you see the PG one, that also was delayed. And all these things that the government should be able to find a proper purpose and proper plan for how these can go on, these exams can go on, and these paper leaks can be, be controlled, or we can overcome this issue. It's imperative in the country to plan for the youth so that the next generation can earn well and, have a progressive economy. See, I thought in this general election, the way the people of the country have given a result of, the way BJP kept on going, that we are going to cross 400 seats, and that the country taught them a lesson, and they showed them that they just got 240, and they are dependent on their coalition partners. I thought after this they would realize what the country wants, what the youth want, and what the people want, and they would give a mandate for the people that, they should have elected Suresh Ji who's an 8-time MP, rather than Mehtab Ji, who's a 7-time MP. It's shocking that still they want to have their own person who's not credible at that point. But I don't know, the people will not let this survive, and I think that people will not accept this. They will forcibly go ahead, but I'm sure the opposition, who's a strong, they have a good number of seats because of the people of the country who elected them in, with the Congress having a good number, as well as the coalition, India coalition. So they will take this on, and I'm sure that democracy as it's existing again will be challenging this, whatever this pro tem speaker has been elected.
Again, first day of the parliament, he brought the emergency.
Yeah, it's sad that, I think after the people of the country made him understand that they want a government, a progressive government, a government that can work for the people, inclusively, may it be the farmers or unemployment or the inflation issues. And all these issues are the people that they want to change. That, we talk about that. It's the first day of Parliament. It has to start on a positive note. And I think that, to bring out a negative thing of emergency or being obsessive with the Gandhi family and Indira Ji and Nehru Ji, I thought he would overcome all this, the Prime Minister. With all respect, I think he has to think of it as a brighter day rather than a dark day that he calls it, a black day. I think it's sad that the Prime Minister's got a thought process of a dark vision for India. I think he shouldn't have a dark vision because it's the first day of Parliament, and he should not be tackling it as a dark day or a black day. We should talk about positive things, progressive things for the country. See, I know Rahul very, very well, as almost like my brother. And, we've worked together, we've done sport together, we've challenged each other, and I know that whatever he does, he puts his mind and heart and soul in it. And I think he understands the responsibility of being a leader of opposition. And I think that with the consent of the India coalition government, and with, being in as the leader of opposition, he would challenge the BJP on every plan that they have, as in, also choosing this pro tem speaker, or talking about the, the stock market that was not, that had risen and fallen, and, so Rahul asked for a JPC for it. So these are things that I see that he's determined to have, as he would like to have democracy existing, and he would challenge the government whenever if they make bills, as they did before, without including the farmers of our country. And then just before an election, the BJP tends to reverse those bills and give them sops. All this kind of optics of government should not exist. That's what Rahul, I think, will envision for India as a progressive India, and to overcome the employment issues and inflation issues and many other issues that this government always helps. I think the BJP government always helps only a few people that work for them, or they have their own Gathbandhan with those business people, if you may. But I'm just saying that Rahul will be apt and good for the country, for the opposition, and he'll be a good leader as leader of opposition.